In the world of business, some success stories start with money, privilege, or connections, but not this one. This is the story of a young woman who began with $5,000, endless rejection, and a dream so unusual that almost everyone told her it would fail. Yet she built a company worth billions and became one of the most influential female entrepreneurs in modern history. This is the story of Sara Blakely, the self-made billionaire behind Spanx. Sara Blakely didn't grow up believing she would one day change the fashion world. She was born in Clearwater, Florida, in a middle-class family. Her father was a trial lawyer, and her mother was an artist. Money was never abundant, but her parents gave her something much more powerful: resilience. Every night at the dinner table, her father would ask not, "How was school?" but, "What did you fail at today?" He taught Sara something most people never learn: that failure is not something to fear. It's something to embrace because it means you tried. It means you pushed yourself. It means you lived boldly. She didn't know it then, but this mindset would eventually become the engine behind her billion-dollar empire. Sara dreamed of becoming an attorney like her father, but after college she failed the LSAT. Not once, but twice. The dream collapsed. She felt embarrassed, lost, unsure of her future. So she took a job at Disney World, wearing a heavy, uncomfortable, goofy costume in the Florida heat. That wasn't her dream either. She quit after a few months. Soon she found a new job selling fax machines door to door, a job that most people avoided like the plague. Imagine the scene: Florida humidity at 100%, her blouse sticking to her shoulders, sweat dripping down her back as she walked office to office, cold calling strangers who didn't want to hear a single word from her. Not interested. No soliciting. Get out. Stop bothering us. The rejections came all day, every day, but Sara kept going. She learned how to stay positive even after hearing no for the 100th time. She learned persistence. She learned sales. And most importantly, she learned that rejection isn't fatal. It's simply part of the journey. She didn't know it yet, but these skills would later carry her through some of the toughest battles of her entrepreneurial life. After 7 years in that job, she felt stuck. This couldn't be her whole future. She was in her early 20s, driving a used car, living with roommates, and wondering if she was missing her chance at something bigger. Then one evening, while getting ready for a party, she put on a pair of white pants and noticed something every woman understands: nothing looked smooth underneath. Every undergarment, panties, shorts, tights, created a visible line. Frustrated, she grabbed a pair of pantyhose from a drawer and cut the legs off. Instantly, she saw the difference. Her silhouette looked cleaner, smoother, more flattering. She froze. Something in her mind clicked. This wasn't just a clothing hack. This was a product. At that moment, the idea for Spanx was born. She had no fashion experience, no manufacturing contacts, no investors, no technical background, no business plan. But she had belief, a huge, burning belief. With her life savings of $5,000, she decided to create the first ever body-smoothing undergarment of its kind. She began researching patents and even wrote her own because she couldn't afford a lawyer. Then she traveled to North Carolina, home to the American hosiery industry, and visited factory after factory, explaining her idea. Almost all of them laughed at her. "You want footless pantyhose? That will never sell. No one wants this. We've been in this business for decades. We know what works." More than 30 manufacturers rejected her. But Sara didn't give up. Every door slammed in her face simply reminded her of the years she spent hearing rejection in sales. She was used to it. Then finally, something unexpected happened. When a store clerk asked her for a credit card to print the packaging, she couldn't believe it. She had forgotten her wallet and burst into tears. She had worked so hard and felt so close, yet she still didn't feel like a real entrepreneur. But she pushed forward. Next came the hardest part: convincing stores to carry her product. She traveled to Neiman Marcus and begged for a meeting. Once inside, she hit an unexpected wall. The buyer wasn't impressed. So Sara did something bold. She said, "Please give me 3 minutes. Let me go to the bathroom and show you the difference." In the dressing room, she put on her pants, with and without the prototype. The buyer's jaw dropped. Within minutes, Sara had her first big order. After that, she visited stores around the country, personally demonstrating the product to employees and customers. She even stood in department stores for hours, convincing shoppers to try Spanx. Her next move changed everything. She mailed a gift basket of Spanx to Oprah Winfrey, including a handwritten letter describing her journey and her mission. Then, she waited. Weeks passed. Then one afternoon, Sara's phone rang. "Hi, Sara. This is Oprah Winfrey's team." Spanx had been selected as one of Oprah's favorite things of the year. That night, the website traffic exploded. Orders poured in faster than Sara could process them. She was doing everything by herself, packing boxes, answering emails, processing returns, even shipping products from her apartment floor. Spanx took off like a rocket. And because she never accepted outside investors, Sara owned 100% of the company. By 2012, at age 41, she became the youngest self-made female billionaire in the world. She didn't stop there. She began donating millions to charity. She started programs to support women entrepreneurs. She launched a foundation focused on education and empowerment. Sara says her real mission isn't shapewear. It's confidence. She once said, "I want every woman to feel powerful and comfortable in her own skin. That's why I created Spanx." Her story reminds us that you don't need permission to start. You don't need investors. You don't need experience. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. What you need is belief and the courage to take the first step. Sara Blakely's journey proves that a simple idea, combined with persistence, can transform a life and create an empire. From Disney World mascot to door-to-door salesperson to billionaire entrepreneur, her rise is a testament to what's possible when you dare to bet on yourself.